So this is experiencing your desires now. And I wanted to do a workshop this year on creation. And this has been a big part. It's always been a big part for me, but I think even more this last year, listening to Communion of Light and having this emphasis even more on what is it that you want. And these revelations for me too, and I've heard this over and over, but it's sinking in for me in a different way and a different level. And so it's wherever you focus, wherever your thoughts go the most, that's where you're sending your energy, and you are creating all the time with your thoughts and energy. And remembering you are so powerful and you are always creating. And Abraham talks about, you can be a default manifester by not paying attention to where you're focusing, or you can be an intentional manifester by actually focusing on what it is that you want. And again, as I mentioned, Communion of Light, they talk about this a lot. What do you want? And so that's what we're going to focus on tonight, is what do you want? And of course you think, okay, well, I'm always thinking about those things. And we're going to do it in a little bit different way tonight, being more intentional, doing a meditation and then some journaling, and doing this journaling in a way where it's a conscious stream of writing, where you just write and write and write without too much thought. You're just going to let things flow right after this meditation. And the thing is to notice how you feel and be light with your thoughts. And that's the thing. Some people really like vision boards, and it's all the feeling. Everything is the feeling and vibration. So noticing what you're feeling, because if you're focusing on the lack of something, I don't have this and I want it or I need it, noticing the vibration of that versus being light in your thoughts. Ooh, wouldn't it be fun to have that? Wouldn't it be fun to do that? Isn't it wonderful? And I'll be using that phrase, isn't it wonderful, a lot throughout this workshop. It's actually something that Neville Goddard uses a lot. And during the meditation also, or during the journaling, I'm going to play this Neville Goddard audio that has some binaural beats music. And it has these affirmations of, isn't it wonderful? Thank you. And you can use this phrase in so many different ways. You can use it to pivot when you notice that you're having a thought that doesn't feel good. You can use this isn't it wonderful phrase to pivot. And you can use it when you do see something like, oh, look at that. Isn't it wonderful? And it's also a great way of being in appreciation mode. Isn't it wonderful? Thank you. And again, thank you is that affirmation that what you've asked for has already been given, and it's acknowledging that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And again, remembering that you are the creator. You are the center of your reality. So if you think of the universe as a hologram and everything around you, you're always creating, you are at the center of it, no one else. So no one is asserting onto you. And I posted part of this Abraham quote today. No one is asserting onto you. You are the one that's creating your reality. And that's a powerful, powerful thing to remember, that you are the one that's creating. And you're always creating, not just when we're doing it in a workshop or intentionally. You're always creating. So always being aware of your thoughts and and your vibration, how you're feeling, because your vibration is everything. Your vibration is what is bringing it to you. And something else I've talked about too is the inner child and the inner being. So the way that I like to explain things is that we have this earthly part of us and the heavenly part of us. And the earthly part of us is our inner child. And it's not to say this is you stuck at any age. This is the part of you that has the preferences and desires and emotions. So we come here to manifest, to expand. And that's the earthly part of us. That's the inner child. And so it's intentionally focusing on what it is that you want and having that clarity of what it is that you want. And the other part of you is this inner being. You are source. You have this connection, this direct connection to source 24/7. You have infinite intelligence and unconditional love available to you all the time. And use it. Use it, call on it, connect with it. Use it as your best friend, as that unconditional love that's always there for you. And it's this relationship of you and you that is the unconditional love that everyone wants. It's already within you. So connecting with this internally first. And I've also talked about too that nothing is static. Everything is always changing. So when you realize that, and you realize, oh, just because I'm seeing a certain thing in my reality now doesn't mean that it's fixed. It can change in a moment. And when you change your thought process to realize everything is always changing, you realize, oh, I can direct the energy with my thoughts and vibration, and it can change in a moment. Now, some things you may have a little resistance to it changing that fast, but if you release all resistance, it really could change that fast. And this is what is referred to also as spontaneous healing. And it happens all the time. And when you think about it as this is the norm, this is normal, this is not something mystical. This is something that's always possible and available to us, to all of us, every one of us. So having that knowing that, oh, well, this is what's showing up in my reality, and looking away from that. And what I really want is this over here. And it can change in a moment by your focus and your vibration. So really just staying clear with that you are the creator, you are creating with your vibration, and you're the center of your universe. And it is so important what you focus on. What you think about and what you focus on the most is what shows up in your reality. And you may think, oh, well, I'm constantly thinking about money. Why isn't it showing up in my reality? Well, are you focusing on that you have money, or are you focusing on the lack of money? And this is a very slight distinction. Well, and it actually can be a very big distinction, but it can feel slight to people when they think, well, I've been doing this, I've been thinking about this all the time. But when you really pay attention, how does it feel when you're thinking about it? Where's your vibration? Because if it's on the lack of it, you're creating more lack in your life. You're creating more lack of that money. Same thing goes for relationships. If you want that romantic relationship and it's not showing up, are you focusing on the lack of it? Or are you focusing on what it is that you want and allowing it and being in that vibration? And vibration is, everyone feels it a little bit differently. You can tell, and by the way you feel, for me, it feels like energy. It feels like buzzing in my body. It feels good. And it feels good to feel good. And that's how I describe vibration, is when it's feeling good. It doesn't need to be joy. It can be a sense of content. It can be a sense of satisfaction. And the more you stay in that vibration, the easier it is to allow those things to come to you. And this is another thing we will talk about through this 3-part workshop, because you can feel it and then start to take score of, well, okay, I'm feeling this, but it hasn't shown up yet. And you want to back up and just stay in the vibration of it and not start taking score, and let your vibration be the evidence. Let your vibration and your feeling be the manifestation first, and letting that be enough, that feeling of it, and that knowing of, oh, it's already done. There's nothing I need to do. And that's another thing, is there's never anything you need to do. So going back to this inner child and inner being, it's the inner child that gets to have the preferences and desires and focus. And the inner being, this infinite intelligence, is lining up things for you constantly. It's ask, it is given. The how is not your job. When you stay out of the way and let go, it can come in so much faster. Because when you're up here thinking about, well, how is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? Where is it going to happen? You're stuck here, and you're not in that receiving and allowing mode. And that receiving and allowing mode is in alignment. Again, it's that vibration, and focusing on being in that vibration. And I can't stress enough, pay attention to how you feel. And we've talked about this quite a bit too, of the feeling. And it's not to say you always need to be in joy or even the top part of the scale, because your emotions are going to move. Again, we come here for the experience, and we come here for the experience of emotions. And the more that you allow your emotions, the more it allows the speed. So when you allow your emotions and you allow yourself to feel it, you're letting that energy move. Emotions are just energy that wants to move. So when you push away your emotions, or you don't want to feel it, you're slowing down the energy. When you allow your emotion, it will actually go very quickly, and you're allowing that momentum of the energy and allowing the energy to move. And we'll talk about how to do different things, different processes of allowing that emotion. But just being aware of that, of paying attention to how you feel, and allowing, and not placing a happy face sticker on something. Because when you place a happy face sticker on it, again, you're not allowing your true emotions. You're not in tune with your true emotions. And again, you're just slowing down the energy by kind of just being in denial about your emotions. So does anyone have any questions or comments about manifesting or the creation process, or just want to say hi? Yes. Okay.
I just want to say hi and thank you for this workshop.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, we've got another person joining. Okay, so if you don't have pencil and paper, go ahead and grab a pencil and paper. If you want to type on a computer or laptop, that's fine too. I find the energy of it a little bit better with pencil and paper. But again, it's your choice and preference, so you can always choose what feels right for you. And we're going to do a little meditation first, but I want to move into the writing as soon as we're done with the meditation. So I'll wait a few minutes and let you make sure everyone is ready to for their writing. Okay, so I'm going to lead everyone through a meditation first. So just get comfy, finding a comfortable place to sit where you can close your eyes. And we're just going to tune in. So allow yourself to close your eyes. Take some deep breaths. Feel your breath in your body. Being present in this now moment. And feel this breath relaxing you. Relaxing your forehead, your temples, your jaw, moving down your neck, letting your shoulders drop, letting this relaxation move down your arms, out through your fingertips. And then letting this relaxation move down your back, moving along your spine, relaxing your chest, your stomach, your hips, and letting this relaxation move down your legs, all the way out through your toes. Letting your whole body just relax. And feeling your breath in your body. And letting your mind drift and float. Allowing your imagination this beautiful space of dreaming and allowing. And imagine yourself in this flow of energy. This flow of energy that is so easy, so delightful. And you're moving in this flow of energy, maybe in a canoe or a boat or a kayak or an inner tube, allowing yourself to drift and float. Going on this imaginary ride where anything is possible. And this is the land of imagination, where you can dream any dream for no reason at all, other than your fun and delight. You can imagine anything it is that you want, anything that comes to your mind, and allowing yourself to drift and float in this vessel, allowing the energy carry you forward, and noticing different screens, looking to the left, noticing a screen to your left, noticing what's on this screen, a desire that you have, something that you've wanted, and noticing this and noticing how you feel, noticing the delight in this, noticing the having of this, and leaning in with all of your senses, feeling what it feels like. And then allowing yourself to drift and float again, flowing down the stream, feeling so easy. Noticing what you notice that's around this stream, noticing the nature, the plants, the trees, maybe flowers. Notice the wildlife, the sounds that you hear from the water, maybe trees rustling in the wind. Maybe you can feel a slight breeze on your skin, the sunshine on your face. And coming to the perfect spot for you, noticing what you notice here. Noticing if this is somewhere that you want to live. Noticing that everything is available to you. Your imagination can take you there. And let your mind fill in the details if it feels good. Staying as general as it feels good, and only adding details when you're inspired. Allowing yourself to lean in. Notice what you notice about this place. And allowing yourself to drift and float again. And notice what you notice about your body. Notice how it looks, how it feels, feeling healthy and vital. Imagining your body exactly how you'd like it to be. And feeling this glow inside of your body. This glow of this unconditional love within you. And notice this emanating out from the center. Your skin is glowing, your hair is just how you want it. Noticing all of these things and feeling so good in your body. Feeling this unconditional love in your body. Then allowing yourself to drift and float forward again. Allowing the stream to carry you forward. And then noticing other things, vacations, travel, experiences. Maybe there's something that you've always wanted, car or a vehicle. Noticing what that is now. Noticing everything about it, the colors, how it feels. Breathing this in, experiencing all of these things. Then allowing this stream of and flow carry you forward again. Moving down this stream. Allowing the energy to carry you forward. Feeling into the feelings. What emotions are you feeling? Maybe excitement, maybe eagerness, happy or joy or love. Allowing the experience of all of these emotions. And noticing in these scenes, if there's other people in these scenes, maybe your beloved, a romantic relationship, friends, family. How do you want those relationships to feel? How do you want them to be? Fun, connection, love. Allowing yourself to feel into all of those feelings. Noticing sensations in your body. Using all of your senses. Letting all of it be as real as possible. You're there now, experiencing all of these things. You're using your imagination to be in the having of all of these things now. Experiencing all of these desires now. And realizing you get to choose. You get to choose what it is that you want. You get to choose your focus. And you are at the center of your universe. All around you, you are directing your energy and focus. And you are the creator. You are such a powerful creator. You get to choose anything it is that you want. You get to experience anything it is that you want. And allow yourself to feel this momentum. Allow this energy carrying you forward. Allowing the flow. Allowing the ease. Knowing it's so easy that you came here to create. You came here to enjoy this life of creation. And you are creating it now. And I want you to take some deep breaths, allowing that to sink in, and allowing your mind to stay in this drifting and floating feeling. And then I want you to open your eyes. And I want you to start journaling. And in this journaling, you're just going to start writing. We're going to be writing for 15 minutes. And you want to just let your pen flow without thinking about grammar, without thinking about whether it makes sense. Just allowing whatever comes to mind, you put on your paper and asking yourself, what is it that I want? And I'll start the timer now.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Isn't it wonderful?
Okay, that is 15 minutes. So I want you to take a moment and read back through what you wrote, just skimming it. And noticing if there are words that repeat, maybe certain feelings, maybe certain things, maybe words like freedom or ease or love or fun, noticing those things. So I'll give you a few minutes to do that. Oh, I see, Melinda. Okay, so I just said go back and look through what you wrote, just skimming it and seeing if there are themes, different themes, like different words or focus points. And you're just recapturing those for yourself and focusing on what it is that you want to, how you want to funnel your energy and focus it. Okay, good. So now that you've gone through what you wrote, just getting that clarity for yourself of, okay, this is what's coming in your stream of consciousness. This is what is important to you. And this will change over time, and it's okay. But right here in this moment, these are the things that are coming from this stream of consciousness, and what's important to you, what your desires are. And again, noticing from that meditation and from the journaling, how those things feel. Because now what you're going to do for the next week, I've made another meditation for you, and it's again focusing on those things that you want and focusing on the feeling of it. So, and I also did a course a while ago with Sarah Landon did a course, Welcome to Paradise. And as part of that, it was imagining what paradise is for you. And then there was a meditation with it. And I started doing that course shortly before coming to Miami. And I ended up moving to Miami. And thus I changed the background of my picture. This is from the beach in Miami Beach. And so I realized, oh, that focus of focusing on paradise and allowing myself to be in that state. I wasn't consciously saying, you know what, I'm going to move to the beach. This is the year I'm going to move to the beach. But it is so powerful when you allow your focus and you allow yourself, your imagination, to just dwell on those things that you desire in this light way that feels good. And again, this is the difference of noticing that vibration, of noticing if it feels light and fun, or if it feels like, oh, there's resistance there, and it's more from a need or a lack. Because you want it to be from this light place of delightful. And so using also those sayings, isn't it wonderful? Everything is working out for me. Isn't it delightful? Thank you. And again, being light about this, being curious about this, without the need to figure out how, without the need to measure. So what you're doing is you're allowing yourself to go into your imagination. You're allowing yourself to be in this soft place vibrationally and in thought. So when I like to do this when I wake up in the morning. So I've started a practice of doing the yoga nidra. You might have seen my post in the Facebook group and on my personal page about the yoga nidra. And it's something that I have come back to. I actually learned it during my yoga teacher training way back in 2012. And I was inspired to look for a yoga nidra again and found this wonderful practitioner on YouTube. So I listened to a yoga nidra, and it's that place between being awake and asleep, and gets you into that really soft, dreamy place. And then I listened to this meditation about imagining whatever it is that I want. And it feels really good. So this is the other thing I want to stress, is that you want to listen to this when you're feeling good, when your vibration is up. Don't do it like, oh, I need to do this because I'm trying to make something happen. Do it because it feels good, and do it when you're in a high vibration state. And then you're also focusing on these feelings of it in this meditation, and that's the vibration of it. And allow that vibration to be enough. And that's the whole allowing thing and receiving, is being in the vibration and allowing that to be enough. And not taking score, not looking, oh, where is it? Just being in the vibration and that knowing. So I'm going to post the meditation. I've uploaded it to YouTube already. So I'll be sharing it in the Facebook group, and I'll also send out an email with the link. So again, if you can do it every day, that would be great. Again, listen to your intuition and how it feels. Do it because it feels good, because it feels better to do it. Don't do it because you should. Again, pay attention to how you feel. It's all about the feeling. And then in the Facebook group, post those little things. If you get so in Abraham, they have some recordings that it's called driftwood. So you're getting close to land if you start to see driftwood in the water. And it can be that way with manifestations too. Like, oh, I found a dollar bill on the ground. Oh, I found this $5 in my pocket that I forgot about. Or, oh, people have really started noticing me and saying how beautiful I look, or whatever it is, noticing those things and post it in the Facebook group, because the more you notice those things and put your attention and awareness on it, the more it increases that energy and vibration. And by sharing it in the group, it also creates that collective energy of, oh yeah, it can be encouraging for everyone. And I like to think of it as this leapfrogging, like, oh, this person got this person, and it kind of carries the energy of everyone forward, and then someone else, and then someone else, and then someone else. And don't be discouraged if you haven't seen those things. Again, staying in the vibration of it and being in appreciating those things that you do already have in your life. Finding little things to appreciate, whatever it is, but make sure it's genuine, something you really have that appreciation for, that makes you feel good. I'm just reading one of the comments. If we make our own reality, how do we attract that? Good question, Phyllis. I guess it was fun. Maybe, and so here's another thing too, is not looking at things as a problem. That contrast is always working for you. And sometimes we don't always know why, and we don't need to know why, because getting in that stuck of why and figuring things out also can get us stuck vibrationally. Because if you're always looking for a problem to solve, you're always in the problem solving mode. So sometimes just being light about things and, oh, it wasn't that interesting. Oh, and this is also something from the communion of light. They always say, especially if there's a siren or something that goes off when they're talking to someone, they say, pay attention. This is really important. So I'm going to put that spin on it too. That person saying those things was like, pay attention. This is really important. This is big energy moving here. This is really a lot of momentum. Thanks, Angelo.
Okay.
Oh, Phyllis, did you have something else?
I was just saying, okay.
Okay, good. Okay, Queen, you have your hand up.
Hi. So I manifested the move.
Oh,
I'm in San
let
Diego.
me see. Let me turn up my volume. Okay, go ahead again.
Hold on, let me take off because it's the Bluetooth. So I manifested the move, and I'm in San Diego, California, like I always wanted. And I also manifested my puppy.
Oh.
So what you were saying about being okay with contrast, I just wanted to give an example. Yesterday I went to a nail salon. I was just Googling where's there a nail salon. And I went inside, and it was only 2 people in there, but the lady gave me an attitude, and she's like, we're busy, and you have to come back at 4. So I was very calm, and I'm like, okay, I left my phone in the car. So I'm like, what time is it? So she's like, it's 1 o'clock. So I was kind of shocked. And I was like, but there's only 2 people in here, you know? So I just kind of said, you know what? Whatever. I said, oh, that's too late for me. Okay. And I left. So as I was leaving, that's when she said, oh, sorry, you know, because I guess she heard her own attitude. And then I just happened to ask a lady in the parking lot and I said, excuse me, do you know where there's a nail salon? And she's like, you know, there's this one just like 2 miles up the road. They have great reviews. And I went there and oh my gosh, I got the best service. She was so kind, so professional, like massaged my calves forever during the pedicure. And it was like, oh, this is my place. This is
Yeah.
going to be my place. So if I would have like taken in all that negativity that I felt at the first salon and let that kind of disrupt my path and my journey, I wouldn't have made it to my salon. So I'm actually happy that the lady gave me an attitude.
Yes. Yes. And that's so great. And realizing, oh, everything is working out for me and everyone
Mhm.
everywhere is helping me. And yeah, that lady even helped you because you went to a
Yeah.
better salon.
Hmm.
Oh, awesome. I'm so happy for you to be in San Diego.
Thank you.
Awesome.
And I'm like you, I'm by the beach. I'm 10 minutes from the beach.
Oh,
And I've had beach canvases in my bedroom for over 5 years.
mhm. Yes, I love it. Thank you. Okay, Steve, you've got your hand up.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. I have not met most of you, but I hope it's magical and fun. But during my writing, and I was just thinking about what you were saying earlier about you just ran a course about there's no assertion. And those interruptions, in a sense, reminded me to focus. And it reminded me when I'm bringing in these desires that I want, there's always going to be background noise. There's always going to be that. So I need to laser focus. Now laser focus started coming into play. So I was trying to adapt as taking a contrast and making it more functional and more purposeful for me. Similar to what you were saying about the sirens and so on going off in the background.
Yes, yes.
Life goes on and not everybody's going to be where I'm at any particular time. And I need to be able to resolve that within myself quickly.
Mm, yes.
Just wanted to share that, but that was some of the things I was circling around here. But that's all. Thank you.
Yes, yes, thank you. And also you can look at those kind of things as a step 5 moment of, okay, here's a little contrast. What am I going to do with it? And the more that you can the more you can roll with those things and pivot with them, again, it's like that energy just starts moving really, really fast. And I've been posting also, there's a couple of photos that have really been inspirational to me. And they're actually photos that were done by Jeff Utter, that's in another Abraham Hicks group, of the ease and flow and follow the flow. And so I'll be posting those too. And I love that visual. There's the one of, I think there's a kayak and a flow of a river. So imagining yourself just going with that flow, going with it. And I was doing this meditation the other day and was deep in a meditation. And my vessel turned into a yacht that said Amandarella on the back. Because Amandarella is one of my nicknames. So it just popped in like that. And it was so much fun. So that's the other thing. This doesn't need to be static. As you allow yourself to do the meditation and allow yourself to be in that drifting, floating state, allowing it to evolve, allowing those new things to come in, because that's receiving too. When those things just drop in, it's like your inner being is saying, okay, yes, here's another thing dropping in from your vortex, and you're experiencing it in that meditation. So the more you reinforce that too, of, oh, I'm experiencing this now, feeling those emotions. That is experiencing it now. And that's how the vibration is created. And that's the whole creation process. Yeah, Phyllis.
Okay, I finally got myself on mute. So exactly to your point, what you're talking about, I experienced something wild yesterday. And you know how we always talk about how songs, we can attract certain songs, or we pick out, we are aligning, our inner being is aligning. I've never quite thought about it this way with artwork. Because even though we see a painting or we see a drawing or a picture that we can, resonates with us and we're attracted to. What happened to me yesterday was I was in the dentist's office and there was this black and white, evidently it was a photograph, but it was like a shot in the forest. And it was like, to me, it was like all of my favorite meditations have to do with being in the woods, right?
Mhm.
And this was just purely black and white. And it was very intricate because whoever took this photograph really captured the twining of the branches and just a beautiful picture. And as I'm looking at it, I'm gazing at it, images started popping out. Remember those crazy things where you would see an image embedded in those magic paintings?
Yes.
The image within the image, if you let your eyes relax. This was not that. But what was happening was certain images were popping out at me where I was seeing things. And I happened to mention to the assistant when she had come back in, I'm like, I'm interested in this picture. Like, what? It's a photograph, right? She's like, yeah. She's like, someone actually took that for Dr. Beam. And she's like, you're not the first person to say this. She said, people see all kinds of things in this picture. And she's like, I don't get it because I only see the trees and the leaves. She's like, but so many people, and I'm thinking, must be us older and wiser folk that see it, But it was really interesting because and I meant to take a picture of it before I left. I wanted to take a picture of that picture because it was just outstanding to me. And I said, you know what? From now on, I'm going to look at certain artwork in that way because I bet you if you can relax enough, right? And not just see the picture that you're looking at like, oh, it's this and that, it's just a tree. But really, really relax enough and let it come to you. I bet other things emerge out of that picture.
Mhm.
So it's something I'm going to try. It's just what you were just talking about kind of struck a chord with me on that note because it's very similar, I think.
Yes. Yes, it is just allowing your imagination. And you can do that with so many things too. Like the clouds are a great example. Looking into
Right,
the clouds.
exactly.
Yeah. Noticing what you see. Yeah.
Right.
And talking about that driftwood too, making things a fun and light game. One of the things that I really love, I love Bentley cars. So for me, that's a symbol of wealth and abundance. So every time I see a Bentley, I'm like, oh, there it is. That's another sign. That's a little driftwood thing. And so you can just play fun little games like that with yourself and also just, and again, using infinite intelligence, your inner being. Surprise and delight me. Show me how powerful I am. Prove to me how powerful I am today. And then watch and see what happens. And don't discount those little things. The more you notice those little things and amplify it, you're adding to that vibration. And again, it's all vibration and being in that vibration. And it feels good to feel good. And allowing that to be enough, feeling good. Yeah. Yeah. So that's I'm just looking at my notes to see if I have anything else. Yeah, just staying in the ease and flow. And again, finding things finding things that feel better for you. Some people really like affirmations. I used to not be into affirmations so much, but I have found some that do feel good for me. And like isn't it wonderful? Thank you. To me, that feels very light and whimsical. And you don't even have to know what it's about. It's just, isn't it wonderful? It can be so many different things. For someone else, it might be everything is always working out for me, or I'm thinking a better feeling thought now. So trying on some of those things. And when you look also at the journaling that you did, if there are some affirmations you can make out of that, again, that feel good, not because it's a should, or I'm trying to create something with this. Pay attention to how you feel. You should always do things that feel good, not from a should, but, oh, this feels good. Because that is your intuition guiding you and it's leading you forward. So your intuition is the most powerful thing. And so really leaning into that and allowing it. Yeah. Yeah. Phyllis.
Sorry. You keep hitting points. I think everyone will appreciate this, but this was really cool. Same scene. I'm at the dentist, right? And I haven't seen this guy in like 10 years. He's an endodontist. So the reason I'm there is I think I need a double root canal because I've been having this crazy pain, this phantom pain that my dentist could not identify. So she sent me to him. And walking into the building, I'm like, this is not going to be. I'm not having a double root canal. My tooth is fine. Anyway, we go through the whole thing. He takes the x-rays. He does these tests with cold water on my teeth. It's horrible. And then he's like, you know what? He's like, you're resisting something. That was the word he used. He's like, I think you're clenching. Are you aware that you're clenching? I'm like, no. He's like, I think you are. He's like, because there's nothing going on here. All right. My roots look fine. So I'm like, what am I going to do? He's like, well, if you're not clenching at night, because that would be a mouth guard. I'm like, that's not going to happen. I'm not wearing a mouth guard. He's like, you're probably doing it during the day,
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, just stop. I'm like, oh, just that simple. He's like, yeah, just stop. He's like, just let go. Just let go. And he's like the coolest guy. I love him. And I forgot how much I loved him because again, thank God I haven't seen him in 10 years. But he's like, he turned off the lamp and he's like, you're out of here. He's like, if it's really bothering you and it doesn't go away, then call us up and and we'll do what we have to do. Because he said maybe I will need a root canal, but I don't need one now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, just stop.
Yes.
And that's my thing now. It's like, just stop. And I walked out of there, and that's why I forgot to take a picture of the picture. Because I walked out of there, like I was just like, I was so happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and besides that, I'm going to get a check back from my dental insurance because they collected my payment up front. And the girl tells me, like, you'll be getting that check in the mail. I'm like, oh, excellent work. Excellent. So I was like, I couldn't wait to get back down to the car. Like, I was just so happy. Like, if it was a movie, I would have been like skipping and clicking my heels, right?
Yes.
Because it was just too cool. And I have to tell you, I'll just end it on this note. This was the first evening in about 4 weeks where I was able to eat something hot because it only happened when I hit heat, not cold, which is another mystery, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this was the first night, last night and tonight, where I didn't have any pain. So it was like the magic of him just telling me, stop and let it go. And I did. Right? It's like, it's just crazy.
Yes. And that is amazing. And seeing like everyone everywhere is helping you. And he's one of your helpers.
Yes.
I'm just saying like, okay, there's nothing wrong with you. How perfect. Just stop. Like that is so powerful. And it's the power of your intention and thoughts and realizing, oh, this pain can go away as easily as it came. There's nothing wrong with my teeth. My teeth are perfect and healthy and strong. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how, like, that's how good I felt about that. It was such a relief.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also, I want to just say about like the lady with the attitude with the salon. I've hit on those as well. But like this guy, I remember how nice he was because it was right around. It was like in 2014. I had to see him. It was like right after my dad had passed, and I was just in that grieving state. But he had a small little office here in my town. And when my dentist referred me to him, I thought that's the office that I was going to. And then I found out he has moved, he has, he took up a beautiful, he has expanded, in other words. He's on the second floor of a brand new office building further out in my town, closer to Charlotte. And his name is now on the top of the building in script. Okay. So the first thing I said to him there's just, some people you have that rapport with, I was like, congratulations. Because like he was working in this little office with two little people, and now he had a full-fledged staff with these winding hallways with exam rooms. I was really impressed. He's a major success. So I had like that good vibe going with him as soon as I saw him. And I think he appreciated that I wished him well and I congratulated him. So it was like this symbiotic thing that happened. And it was just one of those more pleasurable discussions and interactions. And I did recognize right away that he's one of my helpful people.
Yes.
He's like I want to travel with him in my tribe now, my souls.
Yes.
Like, even if he's not with me, like I don't need to see him again. Thank God. Hopefully I won't. But I feel like I have him traveling next to me,
Mhm.
you know? And I'm remembering not to grind or anything or clench.
Yes.
So he's there. Now he's part of me, like in my back pocket.
Yes.
I'm silly,
So
but
good. So good. Yes. And that's one of those things too, of realizing nothing is static. Everything is always changing. And I've had this with some body things. And I had a dentist tell me I had cavities and I didn't do anything about it. And I decided, you know what? My teeth are healthy and strong. And your body is regenerating all the time. Your cells are regenerating. So I had this knowing for my teeth that, oh, my teeth are healthy and strong. They're regenerating all the time. And the next time I went to the dentist, no cavities. So, anything is possible. And when you just get in that vibration that, oh, well, that's what I see today, but it doesn't mean that is static. That can change in a second, in a moment. And it's that knowing and that focus on it and letting it go. I had that thought and let it go. And then the next time, no cavities. So yeah, it can be a really, really powerful thing. Yeah. Does anyone have any other questions or comments on what we did tonight or talked about? So I'm going to, I'll post the meditation and also send out a link in the email and do that meditation when it feels good. Allow yourself to drift and float. Oh yes, Raven said same thing. Cavity there one day and gone the next. It's amazing. It's beautiful. So I'll send out that meditation, and then next week we'll talk a little bit, and then I'll do a group hypnosis. So I've done hypnosis for quite a while, and we'll incorporate all of these things and also incorporate versioning into this hypnosis. So the versioning is a really powerful process, and it's another way to be in the having of whatever it is that you want. And we'll also be tuning to emotions. So again, allow yourself to think about how those things feel and what the dominant emotions are, because we'll be using that in the group hypnosis of feeling those feelings and being in the having of it with those versions of yourself. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming, and enjoy the rest of your evening, and just be in ease and flow. Allow yourself to imagine.
Thank you, Amanda.
You're
Thanks, everybody.
welcome.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.